I got started here a long time before the tournament started here. I started here in 1963. I've been running around down here for 50 years. When I came here, there was nothing here but a cannery. That was all that's here, was a cannery. There were no boats, there were no people, there was nothing. There was nothing here, you know, you might say. But I was fortunate enough. I was a Union Oil, worked for Union Oil Company in Newport Beach, California on Balboa Island. And at that oil company, it's on an island, we serviced the yachts. We were fortunate enough at the time, you know, to meet boat owners that were able to come down here and also have an airplane. That was mandatory. They have an airplane, you know. So they'd get ready to come to Cabo. They'd say, hey, Bob, we got an extra seat on the plane. Do you want to come down? Well, sure, I want to come down. So that's how I got started down. We'd land airplanes right here in this hard pan here where the marina is now, back in those days. That's how I got started. Back in the 60s and 70s, it was one time a year I'd come down. Then in 1978, well, I started a big project here, and Miguel Alemán, the president of Mexico, was my partner in it. And we started that project in late 1978, putting it together. And finally, in 1982, we were ready to start, building, and Miguel Alemán passed away in 1983.
Wow.
So that kind of blew the project apart. Anyway, but to get back to how the tournament started, why, Luis Coppola and his nephew, Bill Baffert, from the Finisterra Hotel, were very good friends, and they'd always come to Newport Beach to buy their fishing tackle for the Tortuga fleet from me. And so we were sitting there talking about golf and a Calcutta, how they'd use a Calcutta to bid on the golfers and everything. And someone said, well, why couldn't we do that in a fishing tournament? So I said, I don't know, let's try it once. So I had my boat down there then. Bobby was my captain down here, my son. And so we got a tournament put together. We got enough interest in it that we ended up with 6 boats in the tournament, mine being one of them, and Bob was my captain. I won that tournament, by the way. I won the first Bisbees. I can always say I won the Bisbees. I don't just say win. But I won my own money. I put up the money to start the tournament, so I had a lot of fun. I won my own money. But anyway, that was in May of 1982.
Wow.
There was nothing down here before December. There's no business. You know, the hotels and everything that were in town, Hacienda and whatever, they closed during the summer back in those days. There's just no business. We had the tournament in December with 13 boats, and everyone had so much fun at that. Well, we continued on and come back in May of 1983 and held another, and we had 27 boats in it. Boats are not insured to leave the United States until the 15th of October. So we set our starting date at the 19th of October to the 25th. And then we'd bounce back to the 19th again and go to the 25th. So that worked well for a lot of years here until, I don't know how long ago it's been, the Hotel Association started the tournament and put it right on top of us. So that made us kind of change our dates where we'd go from the 25th, 24, 23, 22, that way. And they kind of screwed up because they were selling a lot of timeshare here. They sell more timeshare here during that month of October than they do any other month. So, yeah, I got everybody started to come down here. Everybody come to the fuel dock. It had a boat that was capable of coming down here. I'd talk up Cabo. Yeah, you're going to try it. So, anyhow, it just kept building up. And in 1983, we had a tsunami situation here, but it put a bunch of boats, big boats, 60-foot boats or whatever they were, put them about 50 feet up on the beach here and just left them there. The water went out there. These boats are laying there, sanding up, and it destroyed all those boats. Well, then the insurance companies in the United States would not insure a boat to come to Mexico. So I got with Bud Parr at the Hacienda Cabo San Lucas Hotel, and Bud says, I can get a permit to put moorings in. You want to do that? Yeah, I'll do it. So I started putting together big orders up in the United States for 3/8 chain, barrels of chain, barrel of 1-inch nylon line, buoys, anchors, 200 anchors of all sizes. And then I took my captain at that time was Dave Lyles. Bobby had got off the boat, so I pulled him off of my boat and put him in a mooring company down here. So we bought a ponga and everything, and he got 2 or 3 boys to work with him, and they set these moorings all around the rim of the canyon out here. We had 100 moorings out there. So here come the boats again, and they insure the boats. So You might say that saved Cobble's ass, really.
Yeah, to say the least, it sure
Because
did.
if that hadn't been for
Wow.
those boats, they're always talking about golf courses down there. You're probably right about golf courses and everything, too. It wasn't golf courses that built this
put us
town.
on
It
the
was
map.
the
No,
yachts that built that,
exactly.
that built this harbor, or built Cabo San Lucas. Till they opened the marina here. Then all the boats came into the marina naturally. But they've been sitting out there running generators for 3 or 4 years. Tournament just kept getting bigger and bringing more and more and more of everything to Cabo San Lucas. People were winning the tournament and buying houses down here and buying businesses.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, most of that money they'd rather leave it here than take it back to the United States. You know, it's always went very well, and I gave it to my son and daughter Wayne and Tricia in 1995.
Yeah.
It got too damn big for me. I'm not literate enough to computer, and it was, you know, all computerized stuff. Is what it is. I mean, they can be anywhere in the world and run this tournament now because it's all computer. In 1990, I sold the fuel dock, you might say, and I retired out of it, and then opened a big tackle store up in Newport. But anyway, I more or less spent more and more time down here, and Wayne and Tricia took over the tournament, and it did nothing but just kept climbing. They did a wonderful job with it. You know, they went out, like I never had a sponsor or anything, no advertising in magazines or anything. We just ran the tournament. All the money came from the tournament. And so now they sell sponsorships and all that, and so they make a living. That's their living out of it. The tournament per se is not putting meat on their table, but it's the advertisers and the sponsors. We haven't raised anything in it in years, as far as it's a $5,000 entry fee is all that's in the tournament for anglers, and it's been that way forever. Now, the tournament's always went very well. It's always been very well received here, and had minor problems and stuff.
Yeah. Bob, how do you feel about Los Cabos today versus this, you know?
I'm naturally old school. I liked it when I came here 50 years ago, as far as that go. But no, I enjoy coming down here. I got to say, I don't enjoy it like I used to, because I've been a little handicapped. I've had a couple titanium knees put in, and I have neuropathy, which makes the nerve endings in your feet go dead. So I walk like a duck. I can't fish anymore because I can't stand up. No regrets on any of it, I tell you. It's been a good ride, I'll tell you. It's been worth every bit of the heartaches that might have.
The heartaches. Well, Bob, thank you so much for this.
Right, I appreciate that. Yeah,